Hey there, Virgo. I'm back and here for the reading.
So, okay, your life is expanding beyond the boundaries you've been operating within, and that expansion is going to require you to do things that feel uncomfortable, things you've been avoiding, things that scare you a little. You can probably feel it already. That restlessness, that sense that where you are isn't where you're supposed to stay, that pull towards something different, even though different feels risky. Let me describe what's happening. You may have been comfortable for a while, not happy necessarily, but comfortable. You know the rules where you are, you know how to navigate, you know what to expect. Some people experience comfort as safety. They've built a life that's predictable, manageable, free from major risks or uncertainties. It might feel like you're in a routine that works well enough, a job that pays the bills even if it doesn't fulfill you, a relationship that's stable even if it's not passionate, a city that's familiar even if it doesn't excite you. But here's what's shifting: that comfort is becoming a cage and you're outgrowing it. Let's pause here. This reflection invites you to consider: what area of your life feels too small for who you're becoming? Maybe it's your career. You've mastered what you do, and there's nowhere left to grow. You're competent but bored, safe but unfulfilled. You may have been ignoring that feeling, telling yourself to be grateful for stability, convincing yourself that comfort is enough. It's possible comfort was enough for who you used to be, but you've changed, you've grown, and what fit before doesn't fit anymore. Some people stay in comfort zones long after they've outgrown them. They convince themselves that wanting more is ungrateful, that being dissatisfied means they're broken or never satisfied. You may have been telling yourself that story. But dissatisfaction isn't a character flaw. It's information. It's your system telling you that you're ready for something bigger. And bigger requires discomfort, requires doing things you've never done, requires risking failure, requires stepping into uncertainty. It can feel terrifying to leave what's familiar, like you're gambling with your security, like you're being reckless for wanting more when you already have enough. This reflection invites you to consider: is your comfort zone actually comfortable or just familiar? There's something specific about what leaving your comfort zone might look like. It's possible it means having conversations you've been avoiding, setting boundaries you've been too scared to set, saying no to things you've always said yes to, saying yes to things you've always declined. Or it means making a geographical move, leaving a place where you're known and comfortable for somewhere that offers more opportunity but less familiarity. Maybe it means starting something new, a business, a creative project, a career pivot, something that doesn't come with guarantees or safety nets. Some people think leaving comfort zones is dramatic: quitting your job with no plan, ending relationships impulsively, making huge changes overnight. You may be approaching this more thoughtfully, preparing, planning, building the bridge while you're still standing on solid ground. But even thoughtful change requires a leap, a moment where you commit, where you step off what's known into what's unknown. It can feel like standing at the edge of something, looking down at the gap between where you are and where you want to be, knowing that crossing requires faith in yourself you're not sure you have. This reflection invites you to consider: what's the scariest part of leaving your comfort zone? Let me talk about why this is happening now. It's possible you've reached a natural ceiling where you are. You've learned what this chapter has to teach you. You've mastered the skills you needed to master here. And staying longer isn't growth, it's stagnation. You may have felt this creeping in, that sense that you're repeating yourself, that every day feels like the last, that you're not challenged anymore. Some people mistake this for peace. They think the goal is to reach a place where nothing is hard, where everything is easy and familiar. But humans aren't built for that. We're built for growth, for challenge, for stretching beyond what we currently know. You may have tried to convince yourself you should be happy with easy, that wanting challenge means you're never satisfied, that you should just appreciate what you have. But appreciation and growth aren't mutually exclusive. You can be grateful for where you've been and ready to move beyond it. It can feel ungrateful to want more, like you're rejecting what you've built, like you're saying it wasn't good enough. But it's not about good enough. It's about what serves the version of you that you're becoming versus the version you used to be. This reflection invites you to consider, what are you ready to outgrow? There's something about the discomfort that needs to be addressed. It's possible the discomfort isn't a sign you're doing something wrong. It's confirmation you're doing something right. Because growth lives in discomfort. Comfort is where growth stops. You may have been using discomfort as a signal to retreat. Anytime something felt hard or scary or uncertain, you pulled back, returned to what was familiar. Some people spend their whole lives doing that, never pushing past the first wave of discomfort into the expansion that lives on the other side. You may have done that before. Started things and quit when they got hard. Made plans and abandoned them when fear showed up. Stayed in your lane because stepping out felt too vulnerable. But this time feels different. This time the pull towards something more is stronger than the fear of leaving what's known. It can feel like you're finally ready to be uncomfortable, to tolerate the awkwardness of being a beginner, to risk looking foolish, to fail in public if that's what growth requires. Because staying comfortable isn't neutral. It's not preservation. It's slow decline. You're either growing or dying. And comfort is where things go to die. This reflection invites you to consider, can you reframe discomfort as evidence of growth instead of a sign to retreat? Let me talk about what you might need to release. It's possible you need to release the version of yourself that needs everything figured out before you move, the version that requires guarantees, the version that won't start until success is certain. You may have been waiting for perfect clarity, perfect timing, perfect readiness, but perfect never comes. You just have to move and let clarity emerge through movement. Some people wait their whole lives for the right moment. They never take the leap because the conditions are never ideal. They die with their dreams still inside them. You may need to release other people's opinions, their expectations of who you should be, their comfort with you staying the same, their fear projected onto your choices, because people who love you will still try to keep you small if your growth threatens their comfort, not maliciously, just because change is scary and they want you safe. It can feel lonely to outgrow people, to realize that some relationships can't stretch to accommodate who you're becoming. But you can't shrink yourself to fit people's limited vision of you. You can't stay in a comfort zone to keep others comfortable. What you might need to embrace is uncertainty, the not knowing, the figuring it out as you go, the trusting yourself to handle whatever comes instead of needing to control everything in advance. Some people need certainty like oxygen. They can't breathe in ambiguity. They need plans and backups and guarantees. You may have been one of those people, but comfort zones require certainty, and leaving them requires embracing the unknown. It can feel reckless to move without knowing exactly how it'll turn out, like you're being irresponsible, like adults are supposed to have everything planned, But the most alive people are the ones comfortable with uncertainty, who trust themselves to adapt, who know they'll figure it out because they always do. You remain in complete control of when and how you leave your comfort zone. You can do it gradually, dramatically, thoughtfully, impulsively. The power is yours. It always has been. You may notice reading this has brought up specific areas where you know you need to stretch, maybe anxiety about what that means, maybe excitement, maybe both. Whatever it is less than #0. 5 is greater than honor it. Take what resonates, softly release the rest, trust yourself. Before we close, I want to ask you something. What's one thing you know you need to do that terrifies you? Drop it in the comments if you want to name it. And what would become possible if you did that scary thing anyway? Your life is about to change forever, and you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone soon. Not because staying is impossible, but because staying is becoming more painful than leaving. The discomfort of growth is starting to feel better than the comfort of stagnation, and that shift, that's everything. Not eventually, soon. Trust yourself with this. Trust that you can handle discomfort. Trust that you're ready even if you don't feel ready. Trust that the best version of your life lives outside your comfort zone. I'll see you in the next one. And listen, comfort zones are beautiful places, but nothing grows there. You're ready to grow, even if it scares you, especially because it scares you. Step out. The expansion is waiting.